Hello mate.
Hello mate, off the record, son.
How's it going, mate?
There we go, fella. Here we are, back for another one.
You may notice that we're wearing the same t-shirt.
Yes, we have the same t-shirt on.
Why is that is? So, I'm going to just lead this one a bit.
Okay.
But you're going to have to fill me in and help me out. Okay. I am fucking excited. Like, I'm really fucking happy tonight. Like, tonight's peaked my year, to be fair. Because I feel like many of you watching this channel, if you've got into the kind of like, you know, you like the shit we talk about and talking about old history and stuff, will know that we played in a band, like whatever, we've been mates for years. And our band was Iceni. And for one reason or another, just life, whatever, we stopped doing it in probably 2011, I'm going to say.
Yeah, around that time.
2011, I'm going to say. And it kind of just became a thing that sort of got shelved and no one really ever quit. Like there was no conversation of we're stopping going to play. It just stopped, and everyone for their own reasons went in their separate directions. And you know, for me, it was never a book that was closed. Yeah. And for years, I've been saying, like, post the band, I went to uni, studied music, you know, got into basically writing for film, producing music, whatever. And part of that process was I learned how to release music. And I've been saying to this fucking, here he is, slack-jawed. You know, for like slack-jawed. I've been saying to him for what, 4 years? You know, you should release the stuff we did. They're basically 3 demos really, but they're albums. They're long. They're 50 minutes long. Some of them, mate. You know, and I've been saying, look, I can release. I can get it out there. Let's put them out there, man. So that they're released, and it's like it brings them up to date because the CDs were released limited, man. The black metal days. Like,
I think what were they? First demo was 100. Second was 100. I think the third might have been 100 as well. I'm not sure. It might have been two. No, it might have been 200 max if anything. And
I noticed on the Iceni.
And we sold out.
Oh, we sold them all, and we drank the fucking.
We drank the fucking proceeds.
I remember one gig we sold about 30, and we fucking just pissed it up. But anyway, that was back in the day. So I finally, about 2 days ago, I can't remember how this came about, but we started talking about, releasing stuff and whatever. And I said to him, look, why don't you just fucking release these demos, man? Bring them up to date. And he sort of sat there, and for the first time in 4 years, I didn't get any reluctant bollocks off him. He went, yeah, go on then. I'll get the artwork out tomorrow. And I was like, and in my mind, I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I came back. I didn't press it. I didn't push it. I think I might have sent you a message in a day. So did you find the artwork? Yeah, I found it. I'm doing it now. And I thought, fuck me. So I come in from work, and it was all prepped. I just got the masters out, slacked it up, and I thought they're going to kick off because there's a quality, not because it's demo black metal. Like, are we going to get away with it? I always thought the quality was fine, but you always get that iTunes can be a bit. But it went up tonight. It's up, mate. Yeah, well, it's fucking up.
The thing is, like, it's a self-promotional video, this, and it is a bit bent doing this, to be honest. But it's a bit of
Oracles Productions.
I designed that logo.
Well. You ain't got a hat, have you, son?
No, you can't. You ain't got me a hat yet. No.
Oh, did I promise you one?
Yeah, you did fucking promise me. Well, yeah. That's part of the contract, isn't it, fella?
I'll get your hat, all right, then, son. So as you can see, there's lots of there's always been some cross collaboration in a lot of our creative endeavours. So it's out, and I'm fucking so excited about it. I don't give a shit if it's self promotion. I think it's an important video. You know, and the fact we've done it on Off the Record. I haven't even gone on a Raw yet.
Well, the thing is,
it's important. Do you know what I mean?
In a way, this is more of a video, to give you a little bit of more insight on us as well.
I suppose,
to a certain degree. It's not just about us blathering on about something we've done. It's this is who we are, a bit of who we are, a bit more of who we are, So, if you're interested in us on this channel, then you're going to learn a little bit more about us.
I suppose it's a bit. It goes into that subscriber. Look, it's a revisit without question, which is poignant to us. It
certainly ain't a reaction.
It's certainly ain't a reaction because it's fucking great.
To a certain degree, it will be a reaction
because wherever he is, and it's an in conversation, son. Because it's we're going to be be talking about stuff. Yeah. So then we
might wait along for a bit long. So if you want to skip, blah blah blah.
Skip. But if you want to buy it, I'll put the link down.
If you want to buy it,
if you want to stream it. Spotify slack-jawed. I hate Spotify, but it'll be out on Spotify probably in about a week. But iTunes, Apple Music.
It's out on iTunes now, isn't it? It's out on Apple Music now.
That's the place to go. So check it out, guys. Let us know. These demos go back a long time, mate. I mean, long time.
First one, 15
years ago.
Before we get into the song that we're going to do off of the second demo, because I think this one's probably got the most
Well, look,
most meaning to me.
And to me as well in a sense, because it was a weird song in the sense that I suppose for me, you already had Define Even Spirit, which was back in the Axiom days.
The first demo.
And then I came in sort of, just before this album come out.
Yeah.
Which was the
2007.
2007, As Carnage Screams, Consume the Silence, which is what the track we're going to do, Disciples for As Gods We Reign, is the song. But it was a track that was written over 2 flats. Fucking moving every 2 months. Yeah. I suppose it was a case of I fucking hate, like always, I hated my job at the time I was the company I was working at in London, and it kind of like, I don't know, it's a weird song because it's got those kind of like it harps on back to kind of like pagan times as well, but you can almost see it in 2 different ways, because a lot of the lyrics to me were kind of like how people are almost in a trance, in a drone, they're not awake. I don't know if they meant that to you. Well, I'll tell you what. It was weird. They're very multi-dimensional. The lyrics is what I'm saying. I suppose this is weird because we're talking about fucking your lyrics on the channel, son. It's fucking odd, mate. Because if I say something he disagrees with, he's just going to call me a cunt and slap me about.
Yeah, you get it from the horse's mouth on this one, I suppose.
I put my fucking money where my mouth is, son. But
let's not. I'll tell you what. Let's not get into the lyrics right now, because we'll do that after the song. Yeah, I think that'll make more sense. But I think what we should do is maybe just talk a little bit about the history before we go into the song.
All right, look, I'm going to shut up and drink my beer.
Well, no, because you're part of it. You ain't exactly like a bystander.
Well, no, I was definitely there, son.
Yeah, he was there.
I was being fucking louder than I was now.
Yeah. But, so, all right, well, I started fucking around with music in about 2003 when I was basically 23. So I started late, I suppose, in terms of
23, son.
23, son. Hey. I went to uni in, what was it? Must have been late 2003. And I started writing music. I started fucking around, and released the first demo in 2000,
I know where this is going.
2005, 2005. And at the time, I had a German fucking girlfriend, so I was going over to Germany a lot and fucking being away for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time. Yeah. And then once I got the album released, the first.
You weren't very present, were you, son?
I wasn't present. No. And I was released. What was it on? It was like, I think it was the band name was called Axiom before. Yeah. And
Brian Rock Forums.
I released it. I had a website called www.axiomhorde.tk, which was like a free web hosting thing, and I was selling the demo on there. Yeah. And he bought it.
Yeah. So I was there living. I was 15, I think 16, and I went on Brighton Rock because I was trying. I suppose a youngster trying to get out and meet people. And this was back in the days when you could go to the club before you were 18, and you could get in the pub. There's none of this
as a geezer,
yeah. And I did have a beard like this, but I had a bit of a tash and that shit.
He did look 30, to be fair.
Like me, I must be 70 now. But I was sort of wanting to. I've been like a Londoner who moved to Brighton as a youngster, sort of thing, and finished my last couple of years of school there. So it's a case of I wanted to meet a few people who were into music like me. So I went on Brighton Rock, and if you was into like goth, punk, metal, whatever, rock, you went on the Brighton Rock forums. It talk about all the clubs, and people would put all their things up. And I'm scrolling through there one day, and I said to my girlfriend Garcia at the time, we'll come on to that, and I said, fuck me, there's a black metal band in Brighton, and she's like, no. I'm like, yeah, look, you're selling this demo. It's selling this demo on there. And I think I paid something like £3 plus £1 postage, son. Which in hindsight, I want that postage back.
No, because I sent it to you, didn't I?
No, you brought it to my flat.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, you need to continue the story. Yeah, you didn't get the postage, did you? Fuck you.
Fucking bastard. So anyway, I bought it because I thought it's a local band, whatever. And then probably about 6 weeks went past.
No, it wasn't that long.
I reckon it was
about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks.
It was at least 6.
No, I wasn't away that long, son. Anyway.
It was a long time I didn't get my demo.
He was getting the arsehole.
He
gets the arsehole if his mouse doesn't move within a millisecond of him moving it. So
I smashed one up in the last week, and I got a new one, fucking 80 quid Apple. But anyway, so I complained. I put in a complaint, and I was like, "Where's my fucking demo?" I got a reply. Oh, sorry, mate. I've been in Germany. Whatever. I've been busy in Germany. And I was like,
shagging my bird up the arsehole in Germany, fella.
I was like, all right, mate. Well, fair enough. Sort me out. Anyway, then he comes back from Germany, messages me, and he's like, hang about, I've just looked at your address. I think I know who you are.
Yeah.
To which I thought, that's a bit fucking weird. And then it said, does your bird work at was it Babel Media?
Babel Media, yeah.
And I said, I'm like, yeah. and then it suddenly the penny dropped, and I said to a girlfriend, it was Laura at the time. I said to her, listen, you know that miserable bloke who walks around who like always comes out to work at the same time as you? And she's like, yeah. I was like, is he alright? And she's like, well, you know, a bit miserable, walks around, doesn't it? Like just snarls at people all day and sort of listens to this music that says fuck all to anyone. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like him. And if you know a bit of black metal history, you know, I was into Mayhem, he was into Burzum, and obviously the Father Vicar has killed Euronymous. So there's a big dispute around that whole thing, and I kind of, for some weird reason, bought into all that shit, even though I come into this years after it went on really, but whatever, that's the synaptics, or whatever you want to call it. Is that the right word?
Semantics,
thanks for that.
There we go.
So, anyway, it gives me the demo, and I listened to it, and I thought, this is actually pretty fucking good, considering that bloke looks like an absolute slap-jawed twat.
Yeah. That's not bad for a cunt, is it?
Yeah. But anyway, that got over that. We've been mates since then, really. So I'm like that.
Pretty much. Come to a couple of gigs, met up with him, and then the rest is history, basically.
Yeah, exactly, mate. And then fucking whatever. So that's the start of how I suppose that came about. But moving on to it, I suppose I bought a guitar and sort of started learning a few riffs of like my favourite bands or whatever, but was in no way. I still don't class myself as a guitarist. But you know, like there was one. I was going to the rehearsals just out of. I was interested in the scene, and later on, Adam. Shout out to Adam if you see the video, mate. I've not spoken to you for years. We're really
we've lost touch, man. It's just,
but you know, like it's been too long, man. It's been too long. But like, I started going to the rehearsals almost as a spectator, and I suppose like. We was in a flat share then.
Yeah. So our bassist was embroiled in a legal dispute at the time.
Well, did he try and take 3 coppers down with a fucking with an iron? What was it? With a drying rack?
He ripped a drying rack out the ground and tried to beat the fucking coppers to death with it. But anyway, he thought he was going to be in big trouble, so he passed the mantle on to Mike. He passed his bass to him.
Yeah, and I couldn't play fuck all.
But
I learned the root notes or whatever. I had the tabs. And I can't remember what happened now. I was in, we were over, I can't remember where we were.
Well, Yanni, shout outs to Yanni as well. Yanni was in the band as the lead guitarist at the time, and some things happened internally with the band, and Yanni left basically.
So you didn't have a guitarist?
So Adam took over the lead guitars.
And you were doing rhythm, weren't you?
No, I was doing bass.
Who was playing rhythm guitar then?
That's when you came in. When Yanni left, Adam took over, and you went from bass to rhythm, and then I started playing the bass.
That's it. So I was playing some shithouse bass, and I think that the guys all popped out for a cigarette from my recollection, man. This is a long time ago, and I knew like a couple of the opening riffs from Journey the Pathways Unknown off this same album. And I'm calling them albums now. We've had this dispute. They're albums.
All right, they're albums, but they're demo albums. But
they're albums. I refused to put demo on them when I released them, and he picked up on it, unfortunately. But hang about, you're not going to put demo? No, I'm fucking not. But anyway, so I just started playing some of the opening rhythm to Pathways, and I don't know. I remember the guys just come in and sort of like I was playing just them couple of riffs, and I sort of became the rhythm guitarist.
Yeah.
So you know, like at that time, I didn't really contribute any riffs. I think if the band had continued, I started to. Yeah. I started contributing some rhythm riffs, and definitely live, I did change a few things up, and I was sort of like added my own bits and personalised it, I suppose, like a musician would do.
Yeah.
But you know, as far as I was concerned, I was an observer really in that time, and this hat's, you know, he sorted it out, son.
Yeah. Did you get me one?
Yeah, I sorted out one. So yeah. The band was a whole thing. It continued to 2011, and then
and then it sort of fizzled out just through like things that went on, like, you know, trying to get. It wasn't that we were trying to get signed. We could have got signed, but I wasn't that worried about it, to be honest, at the time. And I just think we were all
people just putting it in different directions, and like I say, there was never any conversation of
let's stop. It just stopped.
It just stopped. I went to uni and got into whatever else.
I've been thinking about writing some new stuff. You know, and maybe doing another album or whatever. I just thought, for me, it brings it up to date. You know, I mean, I personally got rid of all my CDs, cassettes, everything. I kept my vinyl, but you know, for me, I'm definitely
much more in the digital realm now, and I think you are in a lot of respects with things, you know. For me, I wanted to get it. I knew I could get it released very easily. You know, it's another arm to Aurora Eclipse, which brings me as a kind of like in music and business back into the same thing, and then Iceni, which is important to me, is now there.
Oh. It's on Apple Music.
It's on Apple Music. So that's
it's on Spotify and all that bollocks.
So yeah, this is what we're coming on to say. So you know, it went out. I released it yesterday, about an hour ago, and we got the confirmation this evening whilst we were having a beer and doing off the record that the album's now out on Apple Music and iTunes.
Yeah.
We've been very modest with the price. I'll put the link down there. Give it a go. Give it a listen. Give it a stream. Whatever.
Yeah, you know, give it a try. You know, if you like that, if you like black metal, you might like it.
Exactly. And I've even put it out on YouTube, guys. So you know, in about a week, it'll be up on YouTube. You can listen to it for free if you want to.
Yeah.
Just give us a shout. Let us know what you think of it. For us, this is obviously a very personal video, and it's a bit weird in the sense that.
Well, to be honest,
let's go.
The video really is it's not really self-promotion, because probably no one's going to fucking listen to it off the back of this video. But it's just if you like our channel and you like what we do, it's a bit of an inside track to like, some of our history, basically.
And before we end this, right, like the second to last gig we played, if you know your metal, was with Watain and Destroyer 666 in London, the Underworld. You know, we played with Destruction. Not Destruction, Desecration.
Yeah.
You know, oh man, Test. I mean, the bands go on and on, man. They go on and on. Necro Ritual, our boys, for a long time. We played
Necro Ritual. Shout out to Necro Ritual as well.
And them boys, I love them boys. Like loads and loads of bands, man, from the UK. And it wasn't, and you know what I mean. It was going places. It just for some reason we didn't follow it up. So where it goes from now, I don't know, man. The world's our oyster, you know. I just wanted to get it released, mate, and so for me, it's really important. This is
this is kind of like we're getting close to 100 subscribers. I suppose this is our like 100 subscribers sort of celebratory video to a certain degree. You know, we are rambling on a bit, but you know, if you're interested in the channel and you want to watch more of us,
exactly. But for me, look, for me, it's this is a really important video.
Yeah, well, it's a good. You know, it's interesting because like. It's been years since I thought about this. Really,
same. You know. And I mean, we got the booklet out earlier.
Yeah.
And I've been reading through the lyric. I've been loving it, mate. Like, we weren't slack jawed. You know, we had it pressed, mate. We sold out pretty quick as well.
Yeah, we did well. The
artwork's changed slightly. Ric's rebranded.
Yeah, I redid it slightly. I redid it slightly.
But you know, it's great success, and we're going to do it. So yeah, this song's going to be. We had a big dispute over not a dispute, but a conversation about what song we're going to do.
This is track 4, isn't it? It's track 4. So the intro, Journeys, Boudica, and then Disciples Fall. So this is the 4th track off the 2nd demo, and the reason why we picked this one, I suppose, is I think. He was going to get a tattoo at one point with some of the lyrics on his arm when he was like about 17, 18.
I might still fucking do it, mate. Bollocks. I'll go down there tomorrow.
We'll talk about those lyrics in that fucking after we've listened to the song. So I think it's about time we stop talking bollocks. So just as a final shout out before we start the video, originally the band started off with me on vocals and bass, Adam on guitar and Yanni, and we didn't have a drummer. Then Nick joined. Nick from Thus Defiled, he joined, helped us out on the drums there. Then Sam joined as the bassist. Then he had a bit of trouble. You come on, tried the bass. Then Yanni left. You moved to rhythm guitar. Adam moved to lead guitar. I did bass and vocals. And then when Sam came back, he took over the bass, and I was just vocals after that. So. And
then James.
And then when Nick left, the drummer. James, who we haven't really spoke about, from down the southwest, who's like a prolific drummer. He's fucking amazing. Look, he's really young.
He was really young. He's probably fucking 27 now.
Yeah, he's not young now.
But you know,
he's young, but he's not young.
For music, he was big at uni, like with all his stuff. He's musicology, which is basically the study of culture music. So he was big into lots of different rhythms and a lot of jazz, a lot of interesting cymbal stuff. And sometimes you'd be on stage and you think, why the fuck is this playing for us?
Yeah, he was absolutely fucking amazing at drummer. So if you go to Metal Archives and search Iceni, you'll see all the band history and you'll see all the members and you'll see what they've done and what they're doing now. But you know, let's crack on and let's listen to this fucking song, mate.
Cycles forwards, gods we rain.
Yep.
As carnage screams, consumes the silence. Oh, you liked your intros, didn't you?
Yes, it starts from silence. I think there's a bit of a Nagura Bungit influence at the time because I think Om had just come out.
A bit of barn dance metal.
Yeah. No, Nagura Bungit. Om.
Big dwarf. Used to love this on stage, like, it's waiting to come in.
Yeah, Mike was desperately waiting to start playing the guitar.
It's time to have a beer. Sip a beer. I loved it. He actually gave me a fucking rhythm riff as well. Like, in terms of like, it's almost like a lead.
Yeah.
It's weird as well.
You're flashing back to all the
yeah, it's fucking mad, mate.
I was quite pleased with that riff.
Oh, yeah.
At the time.
Your ticks
At the time.
And when I first heard it, I was well happy with the rhythm. I fucking loved it, man. It's like a... Haven't I got a fucking lead riff in it, like, later?
You got a good rhythm section.
A good jangly fucking...
jangly rhythm bit. Oh, there must be gods.
Sitting on the train, listening to it, the demo versions, looking at the tabs.
About lyrics, about vocals.
About lyrics, everything, yeah. Where the fuck are those recordings, man?
I think Adam's got on a load of CDs.
I have to ring him up.
Adam, where's my fucking CDs?
I spent you 5 years of one of fucking CDs. Another, for me, more beer. I was fucking loving it on stage, mate.
Well, I could chill now and have a beer.
But I had to come in well fast though.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is Adam. Right. Choo. Blinded by beauty and darkness. I love that fucking drums. They're so good, mate.
I find it funny though. In a review for the third demo, some guy commented on the drum quality, the drumming quality.
Yeah.
It's all fucking programmed drums.
Oh, what, in the quality of the... Yeah. BFD2, son, yeah? BFD1, or was it BFD1 or 2? 2. Yeah, James added... I think, look, alright.
Hang on, don't go too far. We'll do it afterwards. We'll do it afterwards.
You're never going to forget this, son. It's like part of my soul, mate, like the stuff Mary, like.
Back again! Here he is.
Fuck me, there's a video of this on there.
There is a video of this, yeah.
Fucking love it, mate. That was a boy, mate. I love that riff.
Yeah.
That was my first lead riff in terms of like lead. It's a riff, clearly.
Yeah,
but like I was on stage on my own playing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Be of a fucking fear of the dark riff. Fear of the dark.
Fear of the dark.
There's a phobia that someone else is clear.
We're going to look at his lyrics, son, after, because you're putting them well small, son.
I know, well, I had to fit them on the page.
I know she's talking too much shit as always.
I wasn't slack during it on the third demo. I had like a...
Well, we're skinning.
I bound it on a few pages.
Well, we're skinning in these days, son. There's always a celebrating. We used to finish with this song.
Yeah.
And it was like a fucking...
It's got quite an upbeat finish to it though, hasn't it? But I suppose that's in the lyrics.
And I miss that with like that. Yeah! To make the crowd, I fucking loved it, mate. I fucking loved it. That was holding the chord and having a beer.
Yeah.
Let's get a noise gate.
Right, son.
Well, it's made my playlist.
It's made my playlist as well.
It's on your playlist, son, yeah? It's on your playlist, fella. I mean, that is so weird. It's so weird. It's weird just listening to the songs again.
Yeah.
But just the whole thing, like, you know, the whole thing, man, like, you know, the new artwork, the digital release. It's sort of
cool.
It brings back all the old. To me, it's made. You know, when I go online now and I'm doing all my shit.
Yeah.
I see my day-to-day music stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And I see Iceni, and it's like, it's brought my past and my present in the middle again, man.
Yeah, back to right.
And it's made conversations around. It's made conversations around the future of music for us, like I think.
Yeah.
You know, do you want to talk about the lyrics?
Let's do it. Let's get the lyrics over and done with, and then maybe we'll put up a video of our first gig for a bit of laugh. Because it's on YouTube, like part of it.
Oh mate, is it still on there?
Yeah, it's still on there. We'll have to find it, but I'm telling you, it's on there.
Am I in it?
Yeah, you're in it. Yeah.
Oh,
it's like the end of the song where you're playing your glory moment.
I play it well.
Yeah, you play it all right. Yeah.
Okay.
I played the bass like a fucking retard though, so I was absolutely fucking smashed.
First gig was 2007.
Yeah, 2007, first ever gig, like live gigs. So.
Well, look, I feel like you wrote these lyrics, man. Like
I did.
You did. So you're going to take the lead with it, son.
I think you should interpret them, and I'll tell you if you're a cunt or not. Yeah.
Well, you're always going to say I'm a cunt.
Go on, you read the lyrics.
All right, so
nice and clear. Son.
Nice and I can't fucking see him. Right, but you know, right. So I know. You know, like this was a weird time let's talk about this in terms of the time. It was a weird time because like I said earlier, this was written between two flats, and said girl we were talking about, I broke up with, and then we moved to a fucking great flat. It was fucking banging, that flat.
Yeah.
So many parties, so much.
Oh, he's having it fucking well.
We're having it fucking massive in them days, man. Fucking legendary times, mate.
Yeah, it was.
But I don't know. There was something about, like we talked about earlier, in the case of that, I'd heard the song being composed, and because I was living in a flat, and this hat, man, what the fuck's going with it, son?
Just calm the hat down, son, and read the fucking lyrics, fella.
Shut up, cunt. Basically, to me, the lyrics are multi-dimensional because the band really was about, you know, like pre-Roman Britain and sort of, you know, really the mock here was Defying Heathen Spirit, which I still love to this day. In fact, if I was going to get a tattoo, it'd be the logo with Defying Heathen Spirit.
Yeah, it's on the bottom there, isn't it?
Yeah, I get just that bit.
It's in the runes there at the bottom, Defying Heathen Spirit. Yeah.
So these lyrics can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, but they meant a lot to me. They meant a lot to me at the time in terms of, you know. The
first two lines are very cliche. I would say that, but.
Well, look, let's go for it. So, as wolves, we have wandered among the sheep. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to read them?
No, I can do it. Wasteful herd mentality. I am fucking blind now, mate. Yeah. Wasteful herd mentality. So, to me, straight away when I first read those first two lines, as wolves we've wandered. And I still feel like an outsider in the world, but back then I really did feel like I wasn't really with it. So it puts you in that category of, you know, you're not a sheep, you're a wolf in the sense that, well, you wouldn't feel like an outsider, would you, if you were a sheep? Yeah. So as wolves we have wandered among the sheep, wasteful herd mentality, sleeping drone, eyes open, yet aware of true potential. Before life's release, no existence after. So it's kind of, Christ, given the chats that me and you've been having in the past couple of weeks, these are actually even more poignant. It's fucking crazy. We were talking about this shit back then.
Yeah.
You know, so sleeping drone, eyes open, to me is, you know, everyone walking around the world, you know, not really awake and not really thinking for themselves. Not really sort of. Yeah, to me, if you're depressed in this day and age, you're one of the good ones, basically, because
to a certain degree,
you know, because it's like there's a lot of shit, and there always has been. Yeah. So, you know, sleeping drone, eyes open, unaware of true potential. So I've worked with dancers, I've worked with singers, musicians, guitarists, poets, actors, actresses, directors, AD, composers. They are aware of the true potential, but there's a lot of people out there I've heard who they want to draw or paint but they're not able to do it, yeah?
Yeah, because they're under the thumb.
They're under the thumb and they're fucked at work, yeah? So, you know, before life's release, no existence after, aka get on with it. Realize, right, so I'm coming at this from one angle. There's two angles to these lyrics, yeah? So no existence after, aka you've got one chance to do this, yeah? We can all of us be gods, do what we will. The power too lies within, so it's empowering you as a god. Hence, disciples fall as gods we reign. So let's stop it right there, because now I'm going to talk about the second part, which is actually what the truer lyrics are probably going to be more about.
That's the preamble.
That's the preamble bollocks. You know, where...
That's before the riff changes.
Before the exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's a case of like... This was written from the minds of pre-Roman, pre-Christianity, pagan
sort
times,
of.
Yeah?
This is a little bit less orientated around that for me. Like the way I wrote it, this was more.
But you can put it in terms of values. You can put it in. You can lump it into that same
It's definitely anti-Christian. It's not anti-Christian, but pre-Christian, basically.
Yeah. And this is, I fucking love this shit, right? The forces of light and dark can be wielded, which I truly believe. You know, I have a very dark part to my soul, which, you know, if you know, let's talk about a bit of philosophy. If you know a bit about Carl Jung, he'll talk about the shadow.
Yeah.
And that is like the darkness in humans, which has been suppressed into our subconscious.
That's basically, it's about, Carl Jung talks about integrating the shadow, which means knowing you have the capacity to be a Nazi, basically, essentially.
Well, you have the capacity to kill people.
Well, exactly, yes. That's the same. Well, most people would say Nazism is the worst thing, but you could say communist was the worst thing.
Well, he killed...
whatever, but, you know...
Well, Stalin killed fucking millions of people, Hitler killed millions of people.
But you have the capacity to be an evil cunt,
You have the capacity... Every human being has the capacity to do what you would normally would say evil. Yeah. And that, to me, to say that we don't,
it's
denying humanity and it's denying the human soul. Yeah. Right? So, you know, and that's taking it to an extreme. But I'm talking about just
everyday shit.
You know, if someone comes at you and they're going to stab you, you have the capacity to fucking punch their fucking teeth out.
Yeah, yeah.
Or kick their fucking teeth in.
Kick their fucking teeth in, mate. Yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Derek and Clive reference there for those of the awoke ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, the forces of light and dark can be wielded, and I think, you know, the yin and the yang, it's been talked about in lots of different mythologies and ways of thinking in Western and Eastern philosophies for years.
Yeah.
You know.
And that was before I read any of that shit anyway, to be fair.
Yeah, this is going back a long time, but you know, that's what I've always kind of like the girl I've seen, Laura, she was very much into the yin and yang and all that stuff, so I kind of was on that flex then, in the sense, but I just was a bit pissed about the whole thing. But you know, right, so these were the lyrics I wanted to get tattooed, where it was, you know, those who dwell in the light are blinded to the beauty in darkness, which...
Do you know where I got that lyric from?
No.
You know, when you're on the train, it sounds a bit shit. It's not that mystical. But when you're on the train, right, and you've got the light in the train, right, but outside the train it's dark. Or it could be a car, but probably it's more so in the train because it's very bright in a train, yeah?
And dark outside, yeah?
And dark outside. The light inside the train reflects off the windows in the train, and you can't see outside.
Yeah.
So you're blind to the that's where it kind of stemmed from, the idea of that, from a very young age, like of going on the train to different places. But if you think about it, if you've got a torch in the dark, you can only see a few feet around you, right? But if you extinguish that torch and let your eyes adjust to it, you'd be able to see the dark much better. You'd be able to see, you know, but that's just, that's a physical idea of it, but that's also metaphorically.
There's two levels to lyrics.
Also metaphorically, it's the same thing. It's the same,
but I saw
if you dwell in the house of the Lord, so to speak, you're denying your dark side. Maybe you're not denying it, but you're asking forgiveness for it, but you're not accepting it. You're being guilted into feeling that you're not a human.
That's right.
You're human and you shouldn't have these bad thoughts.
That's right. So, but that could make that line can go so. I could talk about so many things connected to those lines. You know, we could bring philosophy. We could bring Jung into it with a shadow. You know, like. You just live in the light and you throw everything down which you think's bad.
Yeah, you put everything into Pandora's box or whatever. Yeah,
so many things, right? But to me, that meant, you know, to me, there's a lot of beauty in acknowledging darkness.
Yeah.
In knowing you'll die.
Yeah.
That's a very powerful bit of knowledge, because it might help you get
act
some shit
in a different
done,
way,
or you know, whatever. So that line for me was and still is
one of your favourite lyrics from.
Well, it's very personal, and it's very. It can be interpreted in lots of different ways, and for me, that's why I wanted to get that tattooed, because when I read it, I thought, fuck, I'm going out there playing this music, you know, and it was the first time I really realised that the power behind the lyrics in a multi-visual like experience from an entertainment perspective in terms of performance. So yeah, we've harped on about that line a lot, but I feel like it was important to do so. You know, so
you wanted to get it tattooed, for fuck's sake, so that's interesting.
Yeah, right. Then we come on to say, like a moth to the flame, a swarm of locusts to the plain. Yeah, everything feels the same on that travelled path again.
Yeah.
Now, where did that come from?
Well, that comes from
moth to the flame, right? Locusts. So it's getting biblical.
So well, it's not so much. Well, it's biblical in a way, but it's basically about like moths will always go to the light. Mm-hmm. Locusts will always destroy the crop. Mm-hmm.
He was quite profound back in them days as well. What are you saying?
I've always been everything feels the same on that human path again. Like aiming for, promotion at work, or aiming for fucking, good grades.
Have you done your mid-year review?
No, not yet. Basically aiming at these things society teaches you to aim for.
Yeah.
And ignoring your own drives and your own expectations.
And let me stop you there again, because again, it's so weird. I'll have to put a little stop in this. It's so weird how this was a song that...
I wrote this when I was 27.
You were 27, so I was 19.
19, yeah.
And it was strange how they ring forth true even
today.
Now.
Yeah.
Perhaps even
they're
more.
They're still my favourite lyrics.
Because it's the case of that's been a poignant mindset among us for a long time about work, creative, how the fuck do you balance that, and family and all those things. And I think like it's a case of I can't even really word it. It's just strange to think that you wrote these lyrics all the way back then, and we had the same conversation back then.
Yeah.
And if I apply them now, I feel like I forgot something.
Yeah.
I feel like I had.
That's how I feel when I read them. I feel like I forgot something. Yeah.
I had the knowledge back then, and I somehow got.
You got swarmed by corporate bollocks.
Yeah. And thrown into the fucking churner.
That's how I feel.
And it made me depressed. Which then and let's just start right. So that's the end of that line.
Right. So it repeats twice.
It repeats twice.
And we get to the last two lines.
And then we come to this as well, which again is very poignant. In you could apply this song to so many things, right? So never a truer path chosen, a prerequisite for a brilliant existence. Brilliant. Now it's getting a bit fucking small, son.
Uniform.
Yeah.
Rigid. Undesirable
dogmas
pour essence into the well
of
nothingness, and that's the end of the song.
That's the end of the song.
Yeah. Fear of the dark.
But it really is. I feel like it's a warning song about human experience,
wasting your life,
wasting your time, and you can apply it. Really, it's a fucking. It stands out on the album because it's not. You could say it's not necessarily hugely connected to the rest of the album, but it is.
Yeah.
It is in terms of when you talk about values and human wealth and human meaning and human existence and experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking crazy, mate. I mean, it's going to sound really weird, mate, but it's actually like I'm quite emotional in the sense that this has gone out today.
Yeah,
because it really means a lot to me.
Like, cool. Because it's a big part of your life, isn't it?
A big part of my life that's like.
That's your Apple TV.
It's gone off, mate.
We've been yakking too long. Now the TV said fuck off. Time's up, son. Get the fuck out.
Relax yourself. Go to sleep or whatever. But I really feel like I feel quite emotional today, this evening, because it's sort of. This was something that was huge for all of us for a long time.
Yeah, it was a big part of our lives at the time. We was having it large and
we were, and we were focused for a long time on it. And I feel like it's sort of just the fact that they're available and they're part of my daily thing. Like in the world we live in now with Apple Music, Spotify, how we consume music. The fact that it's your band, but it's our band. You know what I mean? We were there, and we made it.
Otherwise, it would have been me in a bedroom, recording it on my own.
Yeah, exactly.
And releasing it to whoever wanted to buy it. It was good to have a band. It was good. That was part of it for me. It was never about like selling loads of records and fucking touring everywhere. I mean, it would have been nice to maybe have gained a couple of good tours across Europe.
We did Europe.
I think we probably could have got there, but it just fizzled out before.
No, it did.
But for me, it was more about being in the moment and just fucking writing music, just like a painter would paint a picture and they'd get really into it. That's all it was about for me. That's
the thing. And I feel like as time went on, where we got comfortable with the songs, Adam would add some riffs.
Yeah,
we'd all add our little intricacies to it, and a couple of things I started palm muting and bringing a bit of more of like, I don't want to say death metal because it wasn't. It came from more of a freshy. Came from more of a black and thrash metal.
Iceni is quite fast in places, isn't it?
It's fast, but the thing is, the band members were so we were very unique.
Yeah, we had a lot of different
influences, and I feel like if we kept it going, it would have been a fucking interesting band.
Yeah, probably might have turned into something. But might have blossomed. But it's the bane of a lot of unsigned bands. Like you go through the new Wobham scene, say just as an example, new wave of British heavy metal for those who are uninitiated. Like Iron Maiden, everyone knows fucking Iron Maiden, you know, fucking Motorhead, Diamond Head, fucking what's the other fucking one I was about? Saxon. There's some of the bigger ones probably from that time, but like there's fucking millions of unsigned bands that were just as good as those, just like my old man would bang on about. Back in his day in the 60s, he could walk into a fucking club, see some really good bands that never ever fucking made it, you know, but like they were just as good as the Rolling Stones at the time, exactly. But they just didn't get signed and they weren't lucky. And I'm not saying like, well, fuck me, you know, but I'm saying basically it's like, you know, that's the journey, isn't it? Like, I wasn't worried about making.
I think
that's the point I'm making.
I think if we'd have kept. If we were
starting to get good reviews, weren't we? Things were moving, but it just fell apart.
But to me, the headline is it's out, and I think it's now by doing that, it's made the band more back on the radar for me. You know, so it's in my mind now, whereas perhaps it maybe wasn't before.
Yeah.
You know, and I always saw it as an unclosed book.
Yeah.
I know you always wanted to do the album, you wanted to experiment with different instruments, which I've become good at.
Yeah.
You know, but like, I think it's sort of, it's just a celebration, mate. It's just, I think it's really cool.
It's just a bit of a sort of, we're getting close to 100 subscribers. This just happened today, so we thought, fuck it, let's just do a quick video about it. Probably not a lot of people are going to watch it, but who gives a fuck? You know, it's the same thing. We're not worried about the views. We're just worried about like if anyone who's like likes us and wants to hear a bit more about us. This is some shit for you.
It's on Apple Music and iTunes now.
Yep.
I'm going to put the links down in the bottom of the video. It'll be on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora's fucking
box,
whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Pandora's gas.
Yeah, it'd be everywhere. You know,
it'd be everywhere,
in the coming months. So,
I think what we should do, son, is I think we should finish on the first gig we ever did that was recorded, Christ. Son, just for fun. It's not the whole video. It's like someone just captured like the end of the song, and I had about 4 pints.
I had about 10, I think.
He probably had about 10.
Did you bang?
Yeah.
It's on that level.
We were mashed basically, and like, you know, it was our first gig, and it's really bad sound quality in that, but it's on YouTube, and I think we should just play that to finish out with. We'll probably just let's finish on that. When it finishes, we'll call it a day, and we'll do the, you know, yeah.
Right, thanks guys. Like honestly, it means a lot to us. For me, this video. So like,
like, comment, subscribe, share it. Try and get us up to 100 fucking, 100 subscribers. That's our fucking first milestone, really. For this
we'll take it from there.
And then we'll take it from there, guys. So keep your requests coming. You know, keep going, and here we go. This is I think I might do, son. I might watch it as well.
Are you going to move around?
Yeah, I think I'll let the audience see it, and then you know.
All right, son.
There we go, son. That's the old Iceni logo. And when was this, son? Live at the Engine Room, Brighton, 15th of May, 2007. Jesus Christ. Here we go, son.
Let's do it. Oh, fucking hell, mate.
There he is.
Oh, Ricky there.
Fucking hair. Beauty in darkness.
Saddam, he wearing a pink shirt.
Fucking terrible.
First gig was this?
Yeah.
Sounds a lot better on the CD, son. I haven't watched this for years. So now I was playing with that thing on.
The fucking spikes. Here we go.
Phone cameras were fucking awful.
Oh, terrible back in 2007, weren't they?
Probably a good thing for us. Fucking hell. 19 ton.
There he is. His crowning moment coming up now.
See my riff on there?
There he is.
Fuck me, I can play the guitar then, son.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
For a first gig. For a first gig.
Yeah.
Adam went out a bit.
Yeah.
You know.
For being absolutely smashed and going up on stage.
For the first gig. I'm wearing that fucking thing. What's wrong with me?
Yeah. Fuck me.
So you changed that later days, it was red jazz.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you played that well on the night, son.
And there it is. My CD.